My beloved child, I know there were many times you begged me for a sign. You asked quietly, "Are you still with me? Am I truly moving in the right direction? Is anything actually changing? Did this message really find me for a reason?" And because your heart has been wounded by disappointment before, part of you still struggles to trust what you cannot yet fully see. But listen carefully now, because this next truth matters deeply. I have already been sending signs around you. You simply dismissed many of them as coincidence. That sudden peace you felt during a moment of panic. That unexpected conversation that arrived exactly when you needed encouragement. That strange feeling telling you not to give up yet. That repeated message appearing through different people, places, or moments. Those were not random. That was me reaching toward your spirit. My beloved, I rarely shout over chaos. Most often I speak quietly, through stillness, through inner knowing, through peace that arrives without logical explanation, through timing too precise to ignore once you finally slow down enough to notice it. And that is why the enemy worked so hard to keep your mind overwhelmed. Because overwhelmed people struggle to recognize divine direction. Fear creates noise, anxiety creates confusion. Distraction keeps your attention scattered across everything except my voice. But now, you are becoming more aware. You are beginning to notice things differently. And this next part is important, so stay close. Within the coming days, you will begin recognizing signs more clearly than before. Not always dramatic signs, sometimes very small things. A door opening unexpectedly, a sudden sense of calm during uncertainty, a conversation that confirms what your spirit already felt, an opportunity appearing from a direction you never expected. You may even feel moments where your heart suddenly becomes lighter for no obvious reason. That is not your imagination. That is my presence surrounding you. My beloved child, after living so long in emotional survival mode, peace almost feels unfamiliar to your nervous system. You became accustomed to expecting disaster, accustomed to overthinking every situation, accustomed to preparing yourself emotionally for disappointment before anything even happened. But I am reteaching your spirit how to recognize safety again. That process takes time. Healing does not happen through force. It happens through repeated moments where your soul slowly learns, I am safe now. I do not have to live controlled by fear forever. I can breathe again. And those moments are beginning already. Stay with me now, because this next truth matters deeply. Some of the signs you will receive are internal before they become external. Before circumstances change completely around you, something changes within you first. Your thinking becomes clearer. Your reactions become calmer. Your discernment becomes stronger. Your spirit becomes less willing to tolerate emotional chaos. That inner shift is one of the greatest confirmations that transformation has already begun. You are not the same person who first entered this painful season. You see differently now. Pain taught you things comfort never could. You now recognize manipulation faster. You value peace more deeply. You no longer confuse attention with love. You understand the difference between connection and emotional dependency. That wisdom is part of the sign too, because growth itself is evidence that I never abandoned you during your suffering. The enemy wanted your pain to permanently destroy your ability to trust, but instead, your pain awakened discernment. And my beloved, discernment will protect your future. Listen carefully now. Some signs will arrive through closed doors too. Yes, not every confirmation comes through immediate success. Sometimes my protection appears as discomfort, as delay, as sudden separation from something your heart desperately wanted. But later, clarity arrives and you realize that closed door saved me. You already experienced this before, haven't you? There were situations you cried over deeply, only to later understand why they could never have brought you lasting peace. At the time, you felt rejected, but now you see more clearly. And because your discernment is growing stronger, future signs will become easier for you to recognize. You will begin sensing what aligns with peace and what secretly carries confusion. That is growth. That is spiritual maturity awakening inside you. And this next truth may explain something you have been feeling recently. You have noticed your intuition becoming stronger. Small feelings you once ignored now linger in your spirit more clearly. Certain environments suddenly feel heavy without explanation. Certain people drain your energy immediately after interaction. Meanwhile, other moments bring unexpected calmness and clarity. My beloved child, I am sharpening your awareness. The enemy thrived when you ignored your inner warnings, when you stayed in unhealthy environments too long, when you tolerated emotional instability while convincing yourself everything was fine. But now, you are listening more carefully, and because of that, your future is changing. You no longer ignore what your spirit recognizes. That alone will protect you from many battles ahead. Stay close now because the next part is important. One of the greatest signs you will notice soon is this: hope returning. Real hope, not forced positivity, not pretending pain never happened, but genuine hope quietly rising beneath your fear again. You will begin imagining a future without constant emotional exhaustion. You will begin believing peace may actually be possible for you too. You will begin noticing excitement about life returning slowly after such a long season of heaviness. That is one of the clearest signs that healing has truly begun. Hopelessness loses its grip when restoration approaches. And my beloved child, restoration is approaching now. Not perfectly overnight, but steadily, quietly, powerfully. You may also notice strange timing around certain encounters soon. People entering your life unexpectedly. Conversations aligning perfectly with what your spirit needed. Moments where you suddenly realize, this cannot be coincidence anymore. Those moments are reminders that you are not abandoned, not forgotten, not walking through life alone. I am still guiding you, even when the path feels uncertain, even when fear occasionally returns. And yes, fear will still try speaking sometimes. The enemy will still attempt to convince you that nothing is changing. But notice something important. Fear no longer sounds as believable as before, because your spirit is beginning to recognize my voice more clearly. My voice brings peace, not confusion, not panic, not hopelessness. Even correction from me carries love and direction. The enemy only brings shame and paralysis. And the more time you spend listening closely, the easier it becomes to recognize the difference. My beloved child, do not ignore the small signs ahead. Do not dismiss moments of peace. Do not talk yourself out of hope every time healing begins appearing. The enemy spent years training your mind to expect disappointment automatically. But now I am retraining your spirit toward trust, toward peace, toward alignment with the future waiting ahead of you. And hear me carefully now. Within the next season of your life, you will look back at this moment and realize the signs had already begun appearing long before the breakthrough fully arrived. You were never abandoned during the waiting. You were being guided quietly the entire time. And before this part ends, I want you to declare something boldly. If you believe signs are already appearing around your life, if you feel your spirit awakening more clearly, if you trust that healing and direction are unfolding even now, comment, I see the signs. Because my beloved child, the confirmations you prayed for are already beginning to surround you. My beloved child, you are not the same person who first entered this season of pain. I know there were moments when you felt broken beyond repair. Moments when exhaustion changed the way you saw yourself. Moments when fear convinced you that life had permanently damaged your spirit. But listen carefully now, because this next truth matters deeply. You were not being destroyed. You were being transformed. Yes, my beloved, the old version of you has been slowly fading away. The version that constantly ignored its own pain. The version that accepted emotional chaos as normal. The version that begged for love while secretly feeling unworthy of receiving it. That version has been unraveling little by little, and though the process felt painful, it was necessary, because the future I prepared for you cannot be carried by the fearful identity you survived through before. Something stronger needed to emerge, something wiser, calmer, more discerning, more rooted in peace instead of emotional survival. And that new version of you is awakening now. Stay with me now, because this next part is important. Transformation often feels confusing while it is happening. That is why there were moments recently when you barely recognized yourself emotionally. You became quieter, more reflective, less willing to tolerate certain behaviors, less interested in forcing connections that drained your spirit endlessly. Part of you worried, am I becoming distant? Am I losing myself? But my beloved child, you were not losing yourself. You were finally meeting your true self beneath years of fear and exhaustion. The version of you I created long before pain taught you to survive through emotional armor. For so long, survival shaped your identity. You became who people needed, who situations demanded, who fear trained you to become. But survival is not the same as peace. And now, after everything you endured, your soul is craving authenticity instead of performance. You no longer want shallow connection. You no longer want relationships that require constant self-abandonment. You no longer want a life built entirely around emotional exhaustion. That awareness is sacred, my child, because healing begins the moment you stop betraying yourself just to feel accepted. And listen carefully now. There is no going back to who you used to be. The old version of you cannot survive this awakening. Not because you suddenly became perfect, but because your spirit sees too clearly now. You now recognize patterns that once trapped you. You recognize manipulation faster. You recognize emotional instability sooner. You recognize when your peace is quietly disappearing. And because of that awareness, you can no longer return comfortably to old cycles. You feel this happening already, don't you? Certain conversations now exhaust you immediately. Certain environments no longer feel safe to your spirit. Certain habits that once distracted you now leave your soul feeling emptier afterward. That is because the new version of you is emerging. And my beloved child, the new version of you values peace differently. The old version chased validation. The healed version values alignment. The old version feared loneliness so deeply that it tolerated unhealthy attachment. The healed version understands temporary solitude is better than constant emotional chaos. The old version questioned its worth constantly. The healed version is slowly learning that love should not require self-destruction. Do you see it now? You are changing from within, not through force, not through pretending pain never existed, but through truth. Pain exposed what could no longer continue. Healing is now rebuilding what fear tried to destroy. And this next truth matters deeply, so stay close. The enemy fought your transformation because he understood something important. Once you fully awaken to your worth, fear loses much of its control over your future. That terrified darkness, because the enemy depended on your insecurity. He depended on you doubting yourself constantly, doubting your intuition, doubting your value, doubting whether you deserved peace, healthy love, and emotional safety. But now, something inside you is finally resisting those lies. You no longer believe hopelessness as easily as before. That is growth. You no longer tolerate disrespect as quietly as before. That is healing. You no longer abandon yourself emotionally to keep everyone comfortable. That is transformation. And though the process still feels uncomfortable sometimes, hear me clearly. The discomfort comes from outgrowing old identities. A healed spirit cannot remain comfortable inside spaces built around emotional survival. That is why your relationships, priorities, thoughts, and even desires have been shifting recently. I am repositioning your entire life. My beloved child, there were moments when you feared becoming too much, too emotional, too sensitive, too difficult to understand. But the truth is this: you were carrying too much for too long. There is a difference. Your sensitivity was never weakness, it was awareness. You felt things deeply because your spirit refused to become numb. And although pain sometimes overwhelmed you emotionally, it also sharpened your compassion, discernment, and wisdom. One day, the very wounds you survived will help others feel understood too. Nothing you endured will be wasted, nothing. Stay with me now, because the next truth may bring peace to your heart. The new version of you does not need to earn love through suffering. You spent too many years believing love required overextending yourself emotionally, giving endlessly, fixing everyone, staying available no matter how exhausted your spirit became. But healthy love does not constantly demand your destruction. The new version of you understands this now. You are learning boundaries without guilt, rest without shame, peace without apologizing for needing it. That is not selfishness, that is healing. And my beloved, your future relationships will reflect this transformation. Because healed people choose differently. They stop chasing chaos disguised as passion. They stop settling for inconsistency. They stop romanticizing emotional instability. You are becoming someone who values honesty, calmness, depth, and emotional safety. That changes your future completely. And listen carefully now. The new version of you is not weak because it became softer again. Softness after survival is strength. Many people allow pain to harden them permanently. But despite everything you endured, part of your heart still wants to love, trust, and hope again. That is beautiful, because it proves darkness failed to destroy the light within you. The enemy wanted your suffering to permanently close your heart. But instead, your pain created wisdom. Your waiting created discernment. Your healing created strength rooted in truth instead of fear. And my beloved child, that strength will carry you into the next season of your life. A healthier season, a calmer season, a season where peace becomes more familiar than survival. Yes, challenges will still exist sometimes, but you will face them differently now. Not from panic, not from desperation, but from deeper trust. Because the version of you emerging now understands something the old version struggled to believe. You are not abandoned. You are guided, protected, loved, chosen, and becoming stronger every single day. One day, you will look back at this painful season and realize it was not the ending of your identity. It was the birth of your true self. And before this part ends, I want you to declare something boldly. If you believe a stronger version of you is emerging, if you are ready to leave survival mode behind, if you refuse to return to the old version of yourself again, comment, "I am becoming new." Because my beloved child, the person rising from this season, will no longer live chained to fear. My beloved child, this moment is not an accident. You did not stay here this long by coincidence. You were led through every word, every realization, every emotional release for a reason. Because now you stand at the edge of a new beginning. Yes, my beloved, your breakthrough begins now. Not someday far away, not after you become perfect, not after every question disappears. Now, in this very moment, something inside you has already changed. You feel it, don't you? The heaviness that once controlled your spirit no longer feels as powerful as before. The hopelessness that once consumed your thoughts no longer sounds completely true. The fear that once kept you emotionally frozen is beginning to lose its grip. That is because healing has already entered places inside you where darkness once ruled. And my child, listen carefully now. The breakthrough was never only about changing your circumstances. It was about transforming you first. Because once your spirit changes, your future changes too. The enemy spent years trying to convince you that your story would always end in disappointment. But look at you now, still standing, still listening, still hoping despite every battle that tried to destroy your faith completely. That alone is proof that darkness failed. And now, the season you once prayed for quietly begins unfolding before you. Stay with me now, because this next truth matters deeply. There were moments when you thought your life had fallen apart permanently. Moments when exhaustion became so heavy that you questioned whether things could ever truly improve. Moments when loneliness convinced you that nobody fully understood your pain. Moments when fear whispered that healing belonged to everyone except you. But through all of it, I remained beside you. Even during the nights when you stopped speaking to me clearly, I stayed. Even when your faith became weak, I stayed. Even when your heart became confused, discouraged, or emotionally numb, I stayed. I never abandoned you, not once. And now you are beginning to understand something important. The waiting season did not destroy you. It prepared you. The battle did not break you. It revealed your strength. The pain did not erase your purpose. It deepened it. My beloved child, one day you will look back and realize that this season transformed you into someone stronger, wiser, calmer, and more aligned with peace than ever before. You are no longer the version of yourself that entered this storm. You have changed. You now recognize your worth more clearly. You protect your peace differently. You see emotional patterns faster. You no longer tolerate what slowly destroys your spirit. That transformation is part of your breakthrough too. And listen carefully now. The future ahead of you is not built upon fear anymore. Fear may still whisper sometimes. Painful memories may still visit occasionally. But they no longer own you. That changes everything. Because once fear loses authority over your decisions, your life begins opening in ways you never imagined possible. Doors begin aligning, relationships become healthier, your mind becomes clearer, peace stops feeling impossible. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because you are no longer living chained to the old version of yourself. And my beloved child, there are blessings approaching your life now that the exhausted version of you could not have carried before. Blessings requiring discernment, healthy love, greater peace, deeper purpose, emotional stability. That is why your healing journey mattered so much. I was not only preparing blessings for you, I was preparing you for the blessings. Stay close now, because this next part is important. Some of the things you prayed for are already moving toward you. Conversations are aligning. Doors are shifting. Opportunities are approaching quietly behind the scenes. You may not fully see them yet, but movement has already begun. The enemy tried convincing you that silence meant nothing was happening, but heaven was working during the silence too. Even when your eyes saw nothing changing, unseen preparation continued. That is why you must stop speaking hopelessness over your future. Your story is not over. In fact, some of the most beautiful parts have not even begun yet. My beloved, I know part of you still fears disappointment sometimes. After surviving so much emotional pain, your heart became cautious about hope. You learned to expect loss before joy, to expect rejection before love, to expect delays before breakthroughs. But listen carefully now. You do not need to live emotionally imprisoned by your past forever. The old season is ending, and the new version of you emerging now is capable of carrying peace in ways you never believed possible before. Yes, healing will continue. Yes, growth will continue. But you are no longer trapped where you used to be. The chains are weakening, the darkness is lifting, and your spirit is awakening more fully every single day. My beloved child, this breakthrough will not only change your external life, it will change the way you see yourself. You will stop viewing yourself through the lens of fear and failure. You will stop measuring your worth through rejection and disappointment. You will stop believing you must constantly suffer to deserve love. Because my voice will become louder than the lies that once controlled your thoughts. And once that happens, freedom begins expanding into every area of your life. Listen carefully now, because this next truth matters deeply. Your breakthrough began the moment you stopped agreeing with hopelessness. The moment you chose to stay alive despite the pain. The moment you kept searching for healing instead of surrendering completely to darkness. The moment your spirit whispered, "There must be more than this." That was the beginning. And now, after everything you survived, you are finally entering the season where your inner transformation begins reshaping your outer life too. The peace you fought for internally will begin appearing externally. The boundaries you learned will protect healthier relationships. The wisdom your pain created will guide your future decisions. Nothing you survived was wasted, nothing. My beloved child, there will still be moments when fear tries returning. But now you know something you did not fully understand before. Fear is not truth. Pain is not identity. Delay is not abandonment. And temporary loneliness is not proof that you are forgotten. You know my voice now, and my voice reminds you you are loved, protected, guided, chosen always, even during uncertain seasons, even during healing, even during moments when you still feel emotionally fragile sometimes. I remain with you. That will never change. And one day, the very story that once made you cry will become proof of how powerfully I carried you through darkness into restoration. Your scars will no longer shame you. They will remind you how far you survived. And my beloved, you survived for a reason, because your future still carries purpose. Your voice still carries healing. Your life still carries meaning. Your present still carries light that darkness could not extinguish. That is why you are still here. And before this message ends, I want you to do something boldly. If these words reached your heart, if you believe your breakthrough has already begun, if you are ready to walk into your new season with trust instead of fear, comment Amen. Declare it boldly, because this is not the ending of your story. It is the beginning of your restoration. Share this message with someone whose heart needs hope tonight. Subscribe and remain connected to this place of peace and encouragement. And remember this, my beloved child, you are not alone anymore. I am with you, and your new season has already begun.